So they want they want to appease everybody. So they want government-wide statements to show the big picture, but then they want the breakdown of the various funds, how those monies were used, and then the MD&A, management and discussion and analysis, basically explains what the heck we're looking at. Okay, guys, it would be really helpful. I know it's putsy and long, and just kind of skim through stuff, but it might be really helpful for you to look at that lecture on the CAFR, that comprehensive annual financial report. I did it on the city of Rosemount, just so we could have some type of understanding as to what's happening. So basically, here's what's required based on government, the GASB 34. So government-wide statements, fund financial statements. I don't want you to get overwhelmed. This is how they get linked together. Don't worry about this, but there is a link to them. There's a reason to the madness. There's a link. Okay. Statement of net assets. Boy, what does a statement of net assets sound like in for-profit? Kind of like a balance sheet, doesn't it? What's the statement of activity sound like? So guys, the statement of net assets is kind of like a balance sheet. The statement of activities is kind of like an income statement. Now, we know that the accrual basis of accounting is what will be used in the big government-wide statement, the big picture financial statement. Now, in the individual fund financial statements, for the government accounts, the general, the debt service, the special revenues, the capital project, what kind of basis of accounting is used for those? Modified accrual basis of accounting. We have this big government-wide financial statements. They're going to be done at an accrual basis, and in that government-wide financial statement, we're going to have fixed assets and long-term debt. We don't have those in our government funds, those 4 funds I talked about. We're only focusing on current resources. But in this big government-wide financial statement, we're going to have the other. This shows you how the statement of net assets, the way we know it is like the balance sheet, how it's set up. We've got our governmental activities, we've got our business type activities, and then we have it totaled. We've got our liabilities, and then we don't have equity. What do we have? Net assets. So here is our statement of activities, kind of like an income statement, showing the various types of expenses, revenues, and the breakdown per units. But in our fund financial statements, we're going to have, in our government funds, down there at the bottom here, we're going to have a balance sheet, and we're going to have something called the statement of revenues, expenditures, and changes in fund balance. Remember those proprietary funds I was telling you? They will have a statement of net assets, statement of revenues, expenses, and changes in fund balance, and statement of cash flows. And those proprietary funds, the enterprise fund and the internal service fund, what kind of accounting is used? Is it the modified accrual in the enterprise and internal service fund?
No,
they use regular accrual.